Alright guys, so we've just arrived in Lorne. It's almost 9:30, which obviously isn't the greatest time to shoot, but it's getting quite cloudy, which is actually going to work quite well for us because we're going to go see a lot of waterfalls, so it's going to be good. I just stopped in at the information centre. Always a good idea, especially when you haven't been to a place before. Obviously I'm travelling, I've done my research and I've looked at some photos and stuff, but it's always good to talk to a local, and the information centre is always usually very friendly. I already got a map, but I just went in there with a map and asked the lady where the best place to go were. It's also good because if anything's closed, any of the tracks are closed, they can tell you in advance so you don't drive out to it. So I showed the lady the map. I go, where do you think's good to walk? Happy to walk as long as I can. The goal's pretty much to walk all day anyway. And so I'm going to take my camera gear. So funnily enough, showed her the map, and I'll show you the map now. So here's the map. So we're in Lorne, there's the information centre, and she pretty much drew all over it. She was like, yeah, go up here, then go down here, across here, and there's one here, that's closed, but come around here and that. So she pretty much just said to take every walk almost, which is good, but she showed me like sort of the route, the best routes to go and stuff, you know, to try and do it in order without backtracking on yourself, which would be good. So guys, we're going to take off from here. We're going to head out. I don't know, I want to look at this lookout, so I might go across along the Great Ocean Road first. No, we're going to a waterfall. We're going to go Erskine Falls. So guys, we're going to head there, we'll pick it up then, and we'll go through some of the settings and some of the stuff, along with trying to get a nice composition, nice shot. So that's how we go. I don't know if you could see from that time lapse of the drive, but it was pretty damn steep to get down here. But usually those places that are a bit more remote or a bit harder to get to, or have a longer walk to get to, you know, the destination, in this case a waterfall, they're usually nicer, not just because, you know, they're a bit more remote. I mean, like, not as, you know, a bit more remote, but it's more, not as many people go there, not as many people are willing to sometimes walk, and tourist bus and stuff don't usually go places where the people on the bus have to walk so far. So some of those further out locations, some of those longer walks are usually more rewarding because there's less people there and around there, which just makes it even more special. Right now there's 3 cars, including me, and 1 Park's car, which you might be able to hear in the background. He's just blowbacking the path, obviously. So so this should be good, guys. So grab my bag, let's get going. Alright guys, so just arrived at Spitter Falls. Erskine Falls we just passed, and I walk past them. I get some B-roll when I walk back up there. This track can go all the way down, so we're starting on the very top of the mountain sort of, and working our way down following a stream. Probably won't go all the way down, might do that tomorrow as I'm here for 2 days, so we'll see how that goes. But this is the last waterfall, and while we're following the water, I'd like to get a couple more waterfalls, especially with this light. It's actually quite nice, quite diffused with that cloud, so it's pretty good. So here's the waterfall, goes all the way up. Okay, so I'm just going to set up. I've got a nice spot over here I want to set up. Now with waterfalls, you can either freeze the motion, but most people are gonna want to smooth that motion out. So I've got a couple of ND filters and stuff, and I'll talk about that and how that works with the light, and how we're gonna get, you know, around a 2 second, 1 second exposure depending. We'll take a couple of test shots, see how it looks, because this is lovely. There's no one out here. As I said, some of these walks where you got to go a bit further, you know, you're not going to get as many people or any people sometimes. So lovely day, water's still flowing because it's been raining recently and stuff, so it's all nice, damp, wet, so we're going to get some nice colour. We've got these lovely black rocks, and we're going to have this nice white sort of silky veil of water hopefully come through, so it's going to look quite nice. So guys, I'm going to get in my spot, I'm going to set up, and we're going to go from there. So we're set up here, we're actually quite low, trying to look up. I've also got it set up there. I've got it in portrait mode, as you can see. So right now I've got it set on aperture priority, that way we can get a metering exposure, and then we can work out what we're going to do with it. So I've got it ISO 100, f11, which is nice, good depth of field, and it's showing up 1/10 of a second. So we want to bring that out, as I said. So we've got ND filters, which is pretty much dark glass that sits in front, and it's going to make the exposure longer. So I'm going to go over here to the exposure calculator. I use the Nissi one. It's free. You don't have to have a Nissi filter. I don't have a Nissi filter. It's a free and it's a very easy app. So we've got it here. A little bit out of focus, sorry. But essentially we put in the shutter speed, so 1/10, as I said to you. And we're going to put in the ND filter level. So I've got a 6 stop. Let's see what that comes out as. Yeah, that's good. So that's 6 seconds. So we'll see how that goes. We'll take that shot. If it's too long, we'll just open the aperture up a little bit. Maybe open up to f9, and then it'll be down at 3 second exposure because one stop up. So let's get that filter on. Let's see how it looks. Alright, so as I said, I've set it up. I've done the exposure, I've worked out what filter I need. I've got the filter right here, I'm about to put it on. Make sure you focus. Make sure you turn to manual focus, because it's really going to struggle to get some light in with this. The 6 stop's usually not too bad. Oh, there's stuff in there. The 6 stop's not usually too bad, but you know, if you go up to 10, 12, 16 stop or something, you're really going to struggle to focus at all, if you can even. Yeah. Alright, so that's on. I'm just going to flick across the manual, put on 6 seconds, f11. That's how it looks. Alright guys, I'm just going to keep walking down this track actually a little bit. I think I got my location wrong a little bit. I think that was Straw Falls. Splinter Falls just down. It's probably a little bit further down, but worth checking it out. Already up here. It's a lovely place, nice ferns and stuff around, water flowing along the side. So we'll go check it out, see what that looks like, see what kind of picture we can get there. Alright guys, slight change of plan, we're heading back now. There was one more river crossing to get across. I know there might have been more after that, but when I tried to cross, the water's up just a little bit too high. And the last couple of steps would have been almost jumps, and I wasn't really willing to do that with the camera bag on, which weighs a little bit. But more so the amount of money all the camera gear costs. I don't really have insurance on it, so I don't really want to get it wet, and nor would I want to go the rest of this trip without my camera gear. because it's off getting fixed up or having to buy new stuff. So it's just one of those risk first reward things. Might have been a nice waterfall, but just not really willing to take that last couple of jumps across water. Could have probably taken my shoes off, but not really feeling that. So we're gonna head back up. We'll go past the waterfalls again, get back to the car, and then we're gonna go to the next waterfall, check it out, and see if we can get another good picture. Let's see. Alright guys, so I was just walking back and I saw this nice little composition. It's always funny, like when you walk one way and then you walk back, sometimes, you know, you miss things because you don't always fully look around. If you look around, you don't always look right behind you or something, or, you know, it might just be the angle you approach it at might be slightly, the angle you approach at might be slightly different. But anyway, I've got it set up so we're nice and low down here. And we just got this little sort of stream. It's coming around, a little bit of white water. I want something really long just to really exaggerate that water and get a nice sort of smooth effect. So I did the exact same thing, chucked in aperture priority, dialed it into roughly where I thought it should be, so I came up with f5.6. It was around a 1/15th second of an exposure, ISO 100 obviously, and then, sorry, I just turned the screen there. Then I grabbed a 12-stop filter out, and so I've chucked that on, and that's going to give me a 4.5 minute exposure. So with that, you've got to put the camera into bulb mode. All your DSLR is going to have that. Most of your mirrorless are going to, and even some of the more advanced point and shoots may have it. But just check if you got bulb mode, it's always good. And you get, you know, these special sort of surreal shots because it's a collection of time. It's a collection of a movement over time, which is cool. So I've got my remote, it's going, we're at 1.5 minutes. We're going to wait a couple more minutes, release it, and see what we get. Alright guys, so I'm just going to show you the app that I use. As I said before, back at the other waterfall, the app I use to get my exposure when I put on an ND filter, it's the Nissi filter, and as I said, it's just a free one. It's in the App Store, it's on the Play Store. So I'm just going to quickly show you how it works. Alright guys, so this is the app. And so up here we've got the shutter speed, so as I said, 1/15th of a second. My camera is saying I put a 12-stop filter on and it's going to give me a 4.5 minutes, so quite easily we can change that. You know, I've also got a 16-stop, so that would equal a 1 hour 15. That's a long exposure. So and then you can go all the way down, so it's got each stop there and it's got all your shutter speeds, and it spits out the time it's going to take. So it's a really good app. Really easy to use. As you can see, there's 2 dials you got to dial in, and that's about it. So always very handy. So let's see how this exposure's gone. Alright guys, so you saw a pretty bad version of it just on the back with a bit of glare on it, but anyway, I'll put up the shot now. So that was a 7-minute exposure. It worked out being the first shot I took at 4.5. I might have probably got it when the light was coming through the cloud a bit more. So it came out pretty dark, so I just took another shot, 7 minutes. But you can see what it does. It gives this nice surreal look. I really like it, and it's really nice. And it's a good way to get out in the middle of the day, because you know, it softens it, especially when there's cloud over. There's none of these harsh shadows and stuff, especially in somewhere like this, which is a rainforest type environment. You get those real shards of light and stuff in the middle of the day. It gets too contrasty to shoot most of the time. As with most places in the middle of the day, you know, middle of the day shooting is usually not a thing, but with this, the clouds are overhead, really lengthen out those exposures, really get that movement in there, and I really like the look of it, and hopefully you do too. So as we were doing before, we're going to head back to the car. We're going to head to another rainforest type area in the Otways and try and find another waterfall. Alright guys, so we're back in the car. I was just looking at the map. I think we got back to the car right in time. This car park's almost full of people, so it's always nice, and that's why I like, you know, morning shoots, sunrise shoots and stuff more than the afternoon, because in the morning most people aren't willing to get up, or you know, if you've got family it takes a while. So in the morning, like, these places are just so empty, and it's great if you get out early enough, and then slowly it trickles in. As I said, you know, you're still getting less people on these longer walks or these further tracks, but it worked out pretty well. Looking at the map, there's a couple of 3-hour walks and stuff that I might do, but there's also a lookout I really want to check out. So while I'm doing these, I always look around and looking for, you know, I've got 2 more mornings here, one afternoon here, 2 afternoons here, this afternoon plus tomorrow afternoon. So I'm always, while it's cloudy, it might clear up and we might get a nice sunset. So I'm always looking out and scouting for, you know, where's east, where's west, using a couple of apps. And I'm going to show you a couple more of the apps in another video. Just to work out, you know, if I look up in the sky at 4 o'clock and go, oh, it might actually be a good sunset. I've got the map, I know I've been there. I go, okay, I know how far it is, I know how long it's going to take, I can get there. And then, you know, increase the chances of getting a nice sunrise or sunset. So that's it guys, so we'll call that the end of an episode. I'm going to check out a couple more waterfalls, a couple of lookouts and stuff that I've got sort of scouted out for this afternoon, and maybe tonight, maybe some night shooting with the stars and stuff. I'll bring you along for that one. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you got a bit out of it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you got any comments or questions, leave them below. And if you do enjoy this channel and you like this content, think about subscribing. It's always good to get more subscribers into this community. Thanks guys.